interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, looking at the sun and looking at the temperatures trying to warm up just a little bit. Once again, a cool night overnight, a few below normal temperatures. Actually, not nearly as chilly overnight last night as what we have been seeing over the past few days. And it looks as though our nighttime lows are going to average out to be a little bit above normal as we move our way into the end of the week. But in the process, we are going to see more in the way of clouds, and there is going to be a chance, ever so slight, but still a chance of seeing some precipitation. We'll talk about that as far as the odds of that happening and just how long you can see down the road here of weather conditions the way they are right now before things begin to change. We'll talk about that in just a second. Again, a cool start to the day yesterday. Nice day, quiet overnight last night. The winds did die down somewhat, but there were a few rooftops that still did have some frost on them earlier this morning. Matthew, right now, what are we looking at?
Currently, over at the airport, it's mostly sunny at 49. Over in Midland, it's partly sunny at 50. Here, Radio Center, it's also partly sunny at 50 degrees. We have east winds at 13 miles per hour, and our pressure is at 30.18, and it's steady.
Pretty much everybody looking at 33, 34, 35 degrees overnight. What's average is 37. We did have a couple of exceptions. Caro dropped down to 28 for a low last night. Glenny also at 28, so those two shared that. 27 degrees up in West Branch and down by Burton, which is just outside of Flint. Again, kind of a lower area topography-wise, and that's the reason why those temperatures dropped down. Mayo dropped down to 26. Atlanta looking at 26. Then you get a little bit further to the north. We're looking at 24s and 25s, but that's to be expected there this time of the year. All eyes continue to be on the hurricane, which was the sixth largest hurricane on record in the Atlantic. They had wind gusts of over 180. I think it was something like 185 miles per hour over Jamaica, moving into and around Cuba, dropped down a little bit to a Category 3, and it seems to be holding that right now, very possibly moving up to a Category 4 before things continue to deteriorate as it breaks down, moving into the Atlantic Ocean. No threat at all to the mainland of the United States, and what it's doing is allowing a low-pressure system, which has been in the central part of the United States, to move through the Tennessee Valley and then eventually move up northeastward up the East Coast. Now, right now, the pathway of that low, the low itself is situated right now over Tennessee. So all of Illinois, southern half, I'll say, of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, all of Kentucky, vast majority of Missouri now is beginning to clear out. Very heavy rains over the past 3 days in a lot of those areas, especially back into Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska. But again, all that activity is drifting to the east, following through the Tennessee Valley, and then eventually it's going to link up with an upper level low, which will cause it to stop the east move and then move northeasterly, heading up the east side of the Appalachians. So that course is going to take the majority, if not all, of the precipitation away from Michigan. So it'll be in Ohio, and then in Pennsylvania, in Canada, very possibly brushing the Lake Huron shoreline of Michigan. But Michigan's thumb will be the only location that will see any chance at all of seeing any precipitation. And as we go into the afternoon and the evening hours tonight, we'll see more than likely that pathway shift even a little bit further to the east. So that's why our forecast is going to be looking at mostly sunny skies. Clouds will be moving in late Again, that low is a pretty intense low, but the majority of it is moving to the southeast and the east of Michigan. But clouds will be on the increase. 56 for a high today, 37 for a low. Tomorrow, we will see clouds, but we'll see some breaks in the clouds. And the western half of the lower peninsula will be partly sunny tomorrow. 51 is our high, 38 will be our low tomorrow night. If there is going to be any scattered shower activity, it will be scattered. It will be in the thumb. It'll be in the southeast corner of the lower peninsula, again, if they get anything at all, and right along the Lake Huron shoreline. So locations like Port Hope, Harbor Beach, along that area, maybe possibly as far back in as Marlette and Almont. We'll see some, and Sandusky, we'll see some possible drizzle, maybe a little bit of light rain, but that's going to be it. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that deteriorates. That coverage drops off again within the next 24 hours. But tomorrow is going to be a transition day with the clouds and the sun. Then on Friday, we're still going to see some clouds, but we're also going to see some sun, a little bit better chance of sun. Upper level is going to generate a little bit of cloud cover and maybe a sprinkle or two on Friday during the day. But at night, we're not looking for much of anything on Friday night. When it comes to precipitation, it'll just be more in the way of partly cloudy skies. 52 will be our high on Friday. 36 will be our low on Friday night. Now, we're going to have a northeast breeze to contend with. As Matthew said, right now it's coming out of the east, and it's about 13 miles per hour. We will have some gusts upwards of 20, possibly 25, becoming northeasterly tonight, right around 7-8 miles per hour, with a temperature of 37. So it's going to be cool. We'll see some clouds, but we'll also see some stars out there. During the day tomorrow, more north as far as our wind goes, because a high pressure system is going to be moving toward us. It'll be in northern Michigan, right around Lake Superior. We could very possibly see a gusty north wind tomorrow, along with that 51 degrees. So it's going to feel a little cool. Thursday night, a northwest wind. We're still going to be gusting 20, 25 miles per hour. Then on Friday, the wind speeds will pick up even more. We're looking at wind gusts of better than 30 miles per hour out of the northwest on Friday. All of that a function of that high pressure system. Then as we move into the weekend, Saturday, the high will begin to really develop, and the barometric pressure will be climbing. We're going to be looking at northern Minnesota is where the high pressure is going to be dominating on Saturday, and that'll carry through into Sunday. Sunday, we'll have partly cloudy skies, 52 for a high, 38 for a low. Then late Sunday night, early Monday morning, another system is going to affect our weather. We'll keep an eye on it because right now it's not that promising for precipitation, and whatever moisture we do get is going to be relatively light out of it. 55 for a high on Monday, 39 for a low on Monday night, and then on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, 52 for a high. A year ago today, we broke a record, 77 degrees. That was set, as I said, 1 year ago today. Our low a year ago was 45, so pretty mild day, and we had just under a half inch of rain. Record low on this date, set back 100 years ago, it was 20, and it just so happens that 100 years ago, the 29th of October, that was the coolest ever. 32 was our high, 20 was our low. Now, the warmest ever, you got to go back to 1946. 70 was our high, 64 was our low. Long range outlook now. We're talking right up until about the 11th of November. We're looking at temperatures beginning to swing back up above normal for this time of the year. Precipitation pattern throughout the first 10, 12 days of the month of November will be at or slightly above as far as moisture goes. That's a look at the weather for right now. Matthew standing by. Who have we got today?
Coming up next, we have Kevin Pike from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Well, before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. plus unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrient Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at RoofMax. AskBenHow.com. Do you know anybody who's had the RoofMax treatment done to their roof? Well, I'm one of them, and I'll tell you, I'm pretty happy with it. Happy for a number of reasons, but first and foremost, it seems like whenever we get these rains that come in, and over the summer, we did see a few of them, they were like gully washers, come down really hard in a short period of time. If there's ever going to be a leak in a roof, well, that's when it's going to happen. And some of you did experience that. You told me so. And I also know that I told you that, well, I had Ben get a hold of a couple of different folks, and then while he had it scheduled, and he stopped by my house, took a look at the roof, and said, I really didn't have anything wrong with it. I mean, it wasn't that bad. There were a couple of spots that had to be fixed, but other than that, that was it. So he went ahead and he scheduled all that, took care of it, and then he suggested the RoofMax treatment because my roof wasn't that old, but it's at the breaking point where if anything could go wrong, it'll go wrong. And with those strong gusty winds that we had been seeing over the winter months, the past couple of winters, it's always a good idea to make sure that your shingles are flexible enough and that your life is extended on those shingled roofs. And that's exactly what happened with the RoofMax product. It's a revolutionary treatment, and it does work. And the nice thing about it is the guys come in the morning, they do it, they're done, they leave. And if you left before they got there and got home after they left, you really didn't know they were there until you took a look at your roof. And I had the barn as well as the house done all in one fell swoop. He saved me a whole bunch of money and one big headache. Maybe not so much the headache today or tomorrow as the headache down the road. That's what it's all about. Maintaining your equipment, your roof needs maintenance too. AskBenHow.com or give him a call at 989-859-6751 because a little care today is going to save you a whole lot more tomorrow. We say good morning to Kevin Pike over at Star of the West. Kevin, trading looked like for the most part pretty narrow so far today. No big swings one way or the other.
Yeah, good morning to you too. Yeah, we had a real strong day and a half. It seems like the market has found its level here, found the news of the initial trade deal between China and the U.S. There's reports that this agreement is non-binding, and it's showing some limited interest in either corn or wheat. But on the bright side, corn has reached its highest level since July, and trade deals with Japan and South Korea are progressing. So it's hard to gauge the volume involved with those exported sales data here.
Now, I know some guys had been doing some forward contracting. They had some threshold levels locked in. Did they hit some of those threshold levels?
Oh, yeah, definitely coming in on Monday morning. And then even Tuesday morning, we were getting a lot of those contracts hit. And I think this is a pretty good place to put some orders and see what these next 2 days go.
Because, yeah, you're looking at a situation here where everybody's been, all excited as they get to the negotiations. And once the negotiations are done, sometimes there's a letdown.
Yeah, that definitely might be the case here. Yeah, we've been waiting, it seems like, for a couple months now to see what happens here, and we're finally here. And some reports are suggesting that it might just only be around 10 million metric tons of soybeans in this deal, which, I mean, it would be a little bit of a disappointment because these last 2 years we've seen 22 and 25 million metric tons sold to China here. But, we came into the game a little bit late here, so.
Yeah, and as far as the corn is concerned, all eyes looking at overnight trade.
Yep. It looks like corn is definitely finding a level here, but with the sugar beets happening, this is probably the best time of year for some of these corn and bean farmers here for delivering these elevators.
Yeah, I agree there. So right now on the board, what have you got, Kevin?
Yeah, cash wheat is up 2 at 511 on the white, 436 on the red. New crop 2026 is down 1 at 558 on the white, 473 on the red. Cash and current price corn is down 1 at 366, and new crop 2026 is down 2 at $4 even. And cash and current price soybeans is up 1 at $9.99, and new crop 2026 is up 1 at $10.23.
Kevin Pike, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again on Friday.
Yep.
All righty. Talk to you later. Kevin Pike over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining me. The Market Report brought to you by Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts, quality service, very competitive prices. They've been doing it for over 45 years. 800-358-4751. Or you can buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget that service area open till 11 p.m. Monday through Friday. Market Report also brought to you by Thumb Bank, working with agriculture since 1895. They've got 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay to take care of agricultural business. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
Where's all the activity today?
Caterpillar. They had an outstanding earnings report, so they're up 12% today. That's $67 a share. They didn't quite get to $600 a share, but they're at $591 right now. So I guess all that mining activity that showed up on the bottom line.
Sure did.
NVIDIA, another new high today. They're the first company ever to clear $5 trillion in market cap. So that kind of puts things in perspective when you look at ConAgra hitting a new low today, and they're a whole market cap of $8 billion. Only 1,000 times, almost 1,000 times less than NVIDIA, and NVIDIA doesn't actually produce anything except software or hardware, whatever, chips or something.
Well, I don't know.
Kind of crazy.
Those numbers are way above me. I'll tell you that.
Way over my pay grade.
Wow.
Just amazing. Canadian Solar made the news. They actually came up with a battery. I don't know what the numbers were, but it seems to me that there was 22 gigawatt battery storage or something like that. So that's, I guess, something astronomical as far as storage goes. So anyway, they hit a new high for the year today also. Anyway, here's your numbers. December corn, 431 and a quarter, down 3/4 of a penny. The March corn is 444 and a quarter, down 1 3/4. November soybeans, 1078, down 1/4 of a penny. January soybeans, 1094 3/4, down 1/2 penny. December wheat is 529 and a half, up 1/2 penny, and March wheat is 545 and a quarter, down 1/2 penny. And sugar did not hit. Yeah, they did. They hit a new low overnight, but they're actually trading up about 17 cents a hundred. But they got down to 14.21 overnight. Over to energies, the crude oil came back over 60.88 right now, up 73 cents. The heating oil is 241.64, up 3 cents. Gasoline is 197.10, up 4.5 cents. Natural gas is 414.5, up 0.3 of a penny. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3889 Canadian. That's down 57 ticks. The dollar buys 151.96 yen. That's down 14 ticks. The euro's at 116.59. That's up 9 ticks. And the dollar's at 98.71. That's up 5 ticks. And we do have a Fed meeting today, so we're looking for a 1/4 point, almost for sure, guaranteed, and then another 1/4 point by the end of the year. So we'll see. Over to precious metals, gold is at $4,004.60, up $35.90. Silver's $47.96, up 81.5 cents. Platinum $16.0790, up $23.10, and copper's at $524.30. That's up a dime, so not a bad move there.
No, not at all. Well, you take care. Have a good one.
Yep, you too.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. They are ready to help you with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. You know, all you got to do is just stop by any of their locations. They got a ton of them, more than 30 of them around, and see how they can become your hometown financial solution. Find out more by going to their website at frankenmuthcu.org. That's the Frankenmuth Credit Union. Farm Service also brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made really easy. You know, they understand how your life and job both stop if that tractor stops running. 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Coming up next, Matthew, who do we have?
Coming up next, we have Ed Banker from Nutrient Ag.
But first, this.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Friday, bonus pricing has been extended at Rifkin Steel.
Hey, it's Brian Groom, your sales manager from Beta Seed. When you plant Beta Seed, you're planting a decade of research and testing built to perform in your region and on your farm. Every hybrid is bred to drive higher yields, better sugar content, and stronger disease tolerance. Our science never rests, and neither should your confidence. Talk to your Beta Seed rep today or visit betaseed.com because there's a science to breeding confidence.
Along with me, Ed Bankert from Nutrient Ag. Ed, good morning. How are you?
Hey, not too bad, Terry. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. You know, there's a lot of guys who got the soybeans off, and there's a lot of cornfields that are gone out there. What should growers be doing with that land after the harvest is done?
Well, residue management's always a big deal, Terry. And, you know, whether it's fall tillage, deep tillage, or no-till, I mean, managing that residue is a big deal, getting it to break down so that, you know, we can pull nutrients back out of it. And you know, our locations have a couple of products, extract that we introduce, and we throw a little 28% with it, and it really, really helps decompose that stock and turn it back to carbon. And then, you know, it's available for nutrient removal for next year's crop. So that's one of the things guys are doing right now.
Anything else?
Yeah, a lot of plots coming off. We just had a call this morning. I think we're approximately a third to half done. I'm going to work on one here shortly. You know, yields are all over the board depending on the weather, you know, the amount of rainfall that you got, but most guys are pleasantly happy with what they're seeing. There's a few issues with standability where we were really, really dry. So if you were in one of those areas where we lack some rainfall, make sure you're out doing the push test on the stalks. And, you know, we're really excited. I don't plug Dynagrow a whole lot, even though it's my job, but we got a couple new hybrids that are looking really, really awesome. 100-day and 104-day and a 97-day as well, Terry.
Now's the time to be checking things out because before you know it, we'll be into spring planting next year.
Yeah, it's seed ordering time. Believe it or not, we've got a lot of seed on order and pretty good early order offers and incentives to get those decisions made right now.
Very good. Ed Bankert, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again. All righty?
Yeah, thank you, Terry.
You bet. Ed Bankert with Nutrient Ag. We'll take a quick break, and Chuck Zerbinski coming up next, Matthew. All righty, but first this.
It's been an unreasonably warm fall. Hard to believe harvest is already here, but that's how it goes. Mother Nature runs the show, and the cycle keeps moving forward. At ACH Seeds, we take the same long view. It takes nearly 10 years to bring a new sugar beet variety to market, and every step of that process is focused on helping your operation grow into the future. From all of us at AC8 Seeds, thank you for another season of partnership. We look forward to growing with you.
Sugar beet harvest is a special time of year. The sounds, the smell, and the teamwork are like nothing else. This is Peter Maxwell, your ACH Seeds representative, with a friendly reminder to keep safety a top priority this harvest season. Encourage your crews to stay alert in the field and drive carefully as they deliver this year's crop. You've built an incredible legacy, one worth protecting. Thank you for your continued trust in ACH Seeds.
ACH Seeds, growing with you.
Chuck Cervinsky working with a number of customers right now. It's a busy day over at Maple Hill. Why? Because they've got that home furnishing sale going on. Limited quantity on some stuff. Other stuff you can order. And the pricing is end of season pricing. So if you're interested in some home furnishings outside, might be a great time to be contacting Chuck at Maple Hill Nursery, located on Eastman Road in Midland. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, your Dairyland seed dealer. Check them out. They've got special pricing going on right now on Dairyland seeds. Remember, serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983. Freeland Bean and Grain. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Krizak's House Family Restaurant. Got to supply the food for an event coming up? 989-894-5531. That's the telephone number. Corner of Cass and Michigan on the south side of Bay City. That's Krizak's House. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour.